Hey everybody, my name is Mr. Milton Berger and I'll be your 281 professor for this year. And I'm doing kind of a weird video right now for you guys. I'm going to use my phone to videotape stuff. This is not the way my class is going to be run, but this makes it a little bit easier for me to show you what I wanted to show you today. So I'm not sure what our experience or familiarity with Zoom is, but I thought I would take a few minutes today to show you kind of some aspects of Zoom because we're going to be using it quite a bit, and the better you are at it, the easier it is for you to navigate through the course. I wish I would have done this with my other summer class this summer. We had a bit of a slow start at the beginning of the year because we had some technology issues, mainly on my part. So I thought that maybe I'd try and make a video that would help this move along. So first of all, obviously I'm not going to be having my cell phone record or broadcast my computer. I'm just doing that for demonstration today so you can kind of see some things. So what we have here, this is called Gallery View. All right, oops, just went away. And Gallery View allows you to see everybody on the Zoom call at the same time. So when we have lots of people on it, like we have 13 or 14 or 15, the names or the pictures will all be about this size of this little small square here, and there will be no pictures that are this big in Gallery View. So it's good for me to be in Gallery View because that way I can see if anybody has a question, if they raise their hand, or if they're, they look confused on their face, I can kind of quickly get to them and ask for a clarifying question. Or if you're doing work and I want to see your work, I can see it all at the same time. So it actually works pretty good for me. But for you guys, I don't think Gallery View is necessarily the best way for you to do it. There's a couple of other views that you can use. So what you're going to want, a lot of time what people do is they put it in speaker mode, meaning whoever's talking comes to the front and becomes this big picture right here. But probably what I would suggest is that unless we're having a discussion, which there's times when we are having discussions, unless we're having a discussion, I probably would, if I were you, I would double click on the small picture that has my board on it, because this is where the work that I'm going to be doing is. And last semester, there's a couple students who kept saying they couldn't see. And I don't think that if they ever really got this to be as big as it could have been, it might have been easier for them to see what I was writing if they had this expanded into the biggest picture on their board. So you can't do that in Gallery View. It has to be in one of the other views. Speaker mode is one, and there's one other mode. I can't think what it is right now. But anyway, so when I'm lecturing or showing or demonstrating, this is probably, you want to make sure that this image is the big image, and then of course the smaller image would be pictures of you and your classmates and stuff like that. Okay, the last thing is you might notice is that I actually have two cameras going on. Well, I got three cameras right now. We got two cameras going on. I got the one from my computer, which is shooting straight at me, and then I have one that's shooting over here where my board is. And if at all possible, I would love it if you guys could set that situation up, because there's going to be times when I'm going to want to actually see you doing the work, not see your answers at the end, but actually see you go through the process of doing the work. Or I might want your classmates to be able to see you doing your work. We can learn a lot from each other, which if we were in live classes, we'd do that. We'd work in groups almost every single day. And then you would be learning from other people the way they're doing it. So I'm going to try and replicate that this year and see if I can't get a little bit more interaction between students just by letting you guys see each other. So if possible, it'd be great if you had a camera so that I can see you, because you give me a lot of feedback by your confused face looking, or your totally I got you looking, or head nodding, or head shaking, whatever. Or even thumbs up if you're on mute, right? So there's a lot of stuff that I can get from you guys if I can see your face. And then there's also stuff that you can get from each other if they can see your boards. So if at all possible, this setup would be great. Now, what is this setup? Well, what I did was I just went to Groupon and I bought one of these fancy Become a YouTube Star holder things. And it basically has a clip right there. It clips to any shelf. And then one of my old cell phones, that's all this is an old cell phone. One that I don't have connected any longer, but it still connects to Wi-Fi. So since it connects to Wi-Fi, then I can use it during my Zoom calls as my camera. So it works pretty good. This was not real expensive, and you really don't need that thing right there. I used it the first couple of weeks last spring, and it really was no help. So all you really need, and there are some that were sold like this, is just this arm right here. So they're like less than $10 for sure is what I saw on Groupon. And then you'd be able to set it up perhaps where you have your board set up here and your your computer there. This could even be your actual phone. You could use that instead of, you know, an old phone, and then have your computer be your screen on me. That's the best scenario. Now I get it, maybe not everybody can get that set up. So if you can't get it set up, I certainly understand. Then it's going to be difficult because it's hard to, like, you know, videotape yourself while you're doing work over here. That's kind of tricky to do. So it might not be quite as good, but if at all possible, that would be the best way to do it. I guess that's it for right now. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and make a Zoom video to kind of go through some of the website and some of the other things I want to cover with you guys. But I did want to share with you guys just this quick little bit as you're trying to set up the work learning environment at your house. All right, see you soon.